Welcome back to Evelyn the Advocate. I'm Dr. Evelyn Denise Hemphill, and this channel exists because your story and mine deserves to be heard. Let's get right into it. Call my two abusers my footstools, not to minimize what they did, but because I refuse to give them more power in how I tell my own story. They wanted to destroy me. They did not have the power to do so. Everything they did became a platform I stood on. That is how I got tall enough to be seen. When I was 15 years old, I met my first footstool on a cold, dark night when the car we were riding in ran out of gas. The abuse began immediately, not gradually, immediately. A petty argument about me getting my hair done ended up with him choking me until I passed out on the porch. When I came to, he had poured wine on my face and into my hair. His mother was in the kitchen asking where I was. She had no idea. It's one of the defining characteristics of intimate partner violence. It is almost perfectly invisible to everyone around it. I became pregnant in the 10th grade. No one had ever talked to me about domestic violence. I had no framework to identify what was happening was abuse, and he used our son as leverage, taking him without permission when he wanted to force me back. Something broke open in me. I left. I also earned my GED through the South Carolina SHOP probation program. One of the best things that had ever happened to me, even though the circumstances were painful. 4 years later, with help from my family and friends, I earned my associate degree in business. As soon as I left him, doors began to open. That is not a coincidence. But just like statistics says, I did try to return back to the relationship. But when I came home and found a trail of my torn underwear from the front door to the back patio, that was it. I desperately wanted to co-parent with my first footstool. Domestic violence almost never begins with physical violence. It begins with isolation and control. By the time the first physical incident occurs, the psychological trap is already complete. The legal system can be weaponized by abusers. Both of my footstools use my legal vulnerabilities to control and punish me. Understanding how legal systems intersect with domestic violence is essential protection. Leaving is a process, not a single moment. Most survivors leave and return multiple times before leaving for the last time. This is documented and understood by every trained advocate. It is not weakness. You do not stay because you are broken. You stay because you were trapped. The day you leave is not the beginning of your healing, but it is its most important prerequisite. In the next episode, we talk about what came after: the degree, the job, the tragedy that struck my mother, the honest mistakes I made, and the moment my second footstool entered the picture.